Imagine ranking number 1 on Google without spending a single dollar on ad spend. Now, for most online business owners or creators, that is the dream, but sometimes it's really hard when you are competing against larger brands with bigger ad spend. But what if I told you there's an unfair advantage right now, and this is all happening due to the massive shift in AI, and more specifically, AI search. I recently presented some of my findings to a live audience and the response was incredible. I shared some of my strategies to show up in AI search as a solo creator. Now in this video, I'm going to distill everything down and give you 3 super actionable AI hacks that you can implement today to show up more in AI search and even on Google ranking page 1. So let's dive in. First things first though, SEMrush conducted a study. This was last July, just to identify the top online traffic and where it's at. So Google and YouTube are still by far getting the most visits of online traffic. So if you are in the creator economy, if you are an entrepreneur trying to show up online, my advice is go where the majority of people are. Go for Google, go for YouTube. They are both owned by their parent company Alphabet, and so they do cross-pollinate. You will get a YouTube video showing up in Google. And so if you focus on Google by doing YouTube, I think that is the best strategy. As you can see, ChatGPT is now the 5th most visited platform. So yes, people are using ChatGPT more and more, but I still think if you can master AI search within Google, that's where the biggest volume is right now. So what is AI search? If you have AI search, it is being rolled out across multiple countries right now. So if you just went to Google and then if you saw a little badge here that says AI mode, you have AI search. And so you can have a search on AI search and really understand what AI search is all about. There's something called AI overview and then AI mode. So if I was to click on the little all banner here, and then have a search in this Google banner, then a Google overview might try and populate my search. So it's moving from a search engine to an answer engine, but it's actually being driven a lot more nowadays by this AI mode. So really dive into AI mode and try and understand how this affects you. So I've actually done quite a bit of work showing up in search. And I had a big aha moment when I got on a call with a potential client, and I always ask, how do you find me? How do you find me online? It's mostly by word of mouth when you're just starting out online. But then some people were saying, oh, I discovered you on Google. I discovered you on YouTube. Brilliant. But more and more now people are saying, I discovered you through AI. So that sparked curiosity. That sparked a lot of work, a dig deep into how to show up more in AI. And this is only going to benefit you if you are a small creator trying to leverage AI. So I do have 3 hacks, and the first one being SEO. So SEO is not dead. I use SEO all the time, and Google or AI search just pulls from SEO. So if you wanted to 80-20 this whole thing, make sure your content that you're creating has good, solid SEO foundation. So search engine optimizations. So every video I do on YouTube, I turn it into a blog and I make sure that the title is very keyword rich and make sure all the metadata has the keywords in there that I want to show. So this video is all about the Kajabi app. I do a lot of videos on the platform Kajabi. It's the platform I use to run my entire online business. So Kajabi app, is it actually worth adding to your plan? So they came out with a paid app. There are some free apps as well, but it did an overview of all of these apps and whether it's worth adding on. But in here, I've got the URL slug with keywords in there. I've got the page title, page description. If you did have any images, adding alt text in there as well. But try and make sure if you are blogging to have an SEO rich piece of content. So again, if you are to 80-20 this whole process, leverage SEO. SEO is not dead. And then AI will just simply pull from SEO results. So that's the first hack, leverage SEO. So the second one is leverage authority. I've got a little plugin here from Ubersuggest that tells me the domain authority of certain sites. So I've just done a quick Google of my name, Tim Peakman, and I invite you to do the same. If you have a generic name like John Smith, if you're on a fitness coach, just put in John Smith Fitness and just see how you present on Google. So here I've got a little domain score here. This is my website. This is timpeakman.com. I want this to show up number 1 in search, but as you can see, the domain authority is 5. If I were to compare this to YouTube, which has a domain authority of 100, and these are all out of 100. So I have 5 out of 100 compared to 100 out of 100. So which one do you think the AI search is going to favor? Yeah, it's going to favor the 100 out of 100 because it has that domain authority. So this is why I focus in on creating video, because I leverage the YouTube domain authority to show up in Google. So I'm going to say that again. I leverage the 100% YouTube domain authority for my video to show up in the Google search results. And we're going to go through some examples of those at the end of this video. So that was the second hack, leverage domain authority. Now the third hack really is create high quality content. So if you can, create video. So I create video on a weekly basis and I create 4K video, so the highest quality possible. And I make sure that my video in YouTube is SEO'd. As you can see, the title, the file name as I produce this, all of the description, it's SEO'd, but it's high quality content. So I do long form video and I make sure there's tags in there as well. So I'm ranking, or I can see where I'm ranking on YouTube, but I also get a search result using AI in Google. So this bolsters on to the first hack, which is having good SEO if you are creating a blog. But if you can turn that blog into a video and have good SEO with really high quality video, then it's a win-win. And if you do use YouTube, you can leverage their domain authority. So these 3 hacks really help small creators stand out from the crowd, especially in this AI search era. So now let's look at some real world examples. So if I just go to a Google tab and I'm just going to type in Kajabi app, as you can see here, this is the normal search engine results page. As you can see, there is no AI overview here because maybe it's not a question. It can just list these 10 blue links, as they call it. But if you scroll down here, where are you, or where is your content being served? So my video is actually being served as the number 1 video. But here, if I had an article, you'd really want the article to rank somewhere in this search. But my article, as you know that I've written this article, I'm trying to leverage that 5 out of 100 from my own domain. So Google doesn't see that as having the correct authority. So I probably will be on, if I was to scroll through a few more pages, I'll probably find my article, but actually my video has just skipped the whole queue and jumped to page 1 because it's leveraging YouTube authority. It is good SEO and it's high quality because it's video. So this is how I get on to page 1. Now, if I was to click over into AI mode, this is AI mode trying to serve up multiple search queries to the Kajabi app, and it's just going to come up with a little bit of an answer engine for you to then type anything else in the bottom. So you can actually engage with AI mode more like a chatbot. So you can come up with, okay, is it worth using? And you can ask it follow-up questions, and then AI mode will just enhance that user experience by giving you what you want. But if I was just to click show all on all these videos, this is how AI is now serving up this link to my YouTube video using a query using AI search. But if I was to go back to the all tab and then Kajabi app, worth it. Let's ask it a question. You can see it searching and now it's generating an AI overview. So this is how Google is using AI overview and AI mode to serve up your content using AI. And if you use my 3 hacks, it's going to serve you and give you the best possible chance of showing up in AI search on page 1. And as you stayed all the way to the end of this video, I have a free gift for you. Obviously something I've said has sparked your interest. This is how I show up in search, but if you want to understand my entire online business model, how I run this 1-person online 6-figure business, you can head to timpeakman.com/workshop and get access to my on-demand workshop that shows you how I would start to make my first $1,000 of online revenue if I was just starting out from scratch. It's a super actionable workshop. Make sure you take notes and take action on it. That link once more, timpeakman.com/workshop. And I look forward to seeing you on the very next video.